Did you read the Richmond 100?
I read it and I created a spreadsheet so I could synthesize all the information.
Goodness. I feel like that's like going more into more than reading. I feel like that's like studying.
I'm kind of a nerd.
Oh, fair.
In case you didn't know. The Richmond 100 is the Richmond Times-Dispatch's effort to list the top 100 restaurants in Greater Richmond. They said the Richmond area, I believe, was what they said.
I wonder what that area actually was. Did they give us like geographical parameters, or did they just say Richmond area gray?
I'm going to preface my answer by saying that I put a lot of content on the internet every single day. That's my main job, my main calling. And not everybody sees everything that you put in an article or online or in social or whatever. So I did not see where they define the Richmond area. It might be somewhere on the internet.
I didn't see it either. That doesn't mean it's not there. I'm just wondering if there was. They did, however, talk about when they, like what the cutoff date was for opening, which was what, December 2024?
Yeah, the end of the year, end of last year.
Okay. And then the 100, like, did they put out a map, like where they are concentrated? Do we get to see that?
I didn't see that, but on the spreadsheet that I created,
you can see the actual. I
tried to assign neighborhoods to the restaurants, and I believe, well, before we get to that granular level,
okay.
The article that some of our very good friends put together over at the RTD, and they did a fantastic job, and it's not an easy assignment. So
no, not at all.
And apparently they worked like months and months and months on it. And you can tell the videos and the interviews they did with some of the chefs, and the photos were gorgeous. So they listed the quote unquote top 15 restaurants.
Right.
They ranked them, and then after that, it was just alphabetically listed. Were there any surprises in the top 15? And for those of you guys who did not read the article, I'll just do the top 15 if you don't mind.
Hit it.
From 15 to 1, Full Key was 15, ZZQ 14, Stella's 13, Alewife 12, The Possum 11, Blue Atlas 10, Penny's Wine Shop 9, Edo Squid. Is it Edo or Edo?
I think I'm going to go Edo, but you go Edo.
All right. It's 8, Potato, Leisure 7, Metzger's 6, Lost Letter 5, Restaurant Adara 4, Grisette 3, Celadora 2, and the Roosevelt, our friend Leah Branch. Congratulations, number 1. She's awesome. Her restaurant is great. Kendra and Mark, their restaurant is great.
Yep, all those kids are good. So predominantly located in Churchill, the 15 it looks like. I look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of the 15, 4 of the 15 are located in Churchill, if that helps at all. So that's a good number. I've been to all of them. You need to go to some of them.
I do. I have not been to Celadora yet. I went to the previous incarnation of Adara, but not the current incarnation. And I haven't been. I had drinks at Lost Letter, but never had a meal there.
So I'm not going to talk about who I think should be in the top 15 or not top 15 because I like all of these restaurants. I like all of these restaurants' food. How about that? I think that lately I've been having a real issue with like whether or not nice people are running restaurants, and maybe in this top 15, I don't think some of the owners are as nice as they could be.
Okay.
And I realize that that's a very vague statement, but you know, I am who I am, and the food is good, and I think that you should visit them. It's really healthy for our community and Richmond for you to get out and go to our local places.
Were there any restaurants? We and I were talking about the top 15, and the one that jumped out at me as kind of being like an outlier. So I think my favorite, like if someone said, "Let's go out to dinner tonight," you can pick any restaurant in Richmond. Where would it be? I think mine would be La Possum.
Yep.
And I think La Possum gets a lot of national kudos because it's just an incredible restaurant. So I was a little surprised to see it not in the top 10 or even in the top 5. I think it was ranked number 11. Now, I'm not sure exactly what goes into rankings.
Like what the rubric was,
that wasn't really
right?
described, at least that I saw. But that was like the one I was like, that was a little bit of a head scratcher for me.
So I think I would put La Possum way further up in this list for sure. I mean, it obviously stays busy. People talk about it that are not in Richmond. People talk about it in other states that I've gone to. I mean, it has quite a bit of accolades that people see. I love Edo Squid. I think it's a great addition, but I really am sad that I don't see Dynamo in. I would put Dynamo in the top 15.
Okay.
But that's me.
Sure. And all this is subjective.
Sure.
If we're not going to have like a rubric of like did you check all these boxes? It all ends up being subjective.
But I do like that there is some diversity here in the top 15, which I think they really worked for. I do laugh that they called Restaurant Adara Spanish and Basque in the description when he has been very specific that it's not. I mean, I think that's kind of funny, but that's a ha-ha inside joke if you read the Style Weekly. I mean, yeah, the Style Weekly article, my cohort Megan wrote, you understand where I'm going. You should read it. It's a very good article.
And if you read Randy's social media.
Yes. Also, Randy Dutzer, who is the chef of Restaurant Adora. You can check out his social media and see how he feels about that. I think some things are interesting inside the list. Are you ready to talk about those?
That's why we're here.
Okay. First, do you consider Gelati Celesti a restaurant?
I do. Well, no. It's not a restaurant. It's an ice cream shop. But it's one of my favorite places on earth. So I'm fine with it being on the list.
Sure, but you understand the question I'm asking, right? And then why is it that some restaurants like Oliveto and Gersi get to have themselves together when other restaurants that are large groups like that only got one mention?
If only we had someone we know we could ask these questions to.
I do, and I will.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
I do, and I will ask these questions, and I'm going to propose these questions to actually everybody that was involved in the list. And so next podcast, we'll get this back and actually have these questions answered by the individuals who did the list.
And
wouldn't that be nice? And if you have other questions about the Richmond 100, we're happy to ask them so we can move forward, right?
And as far as the RTD is concerned, they definitely said, if there's a place that we left off, let us know. So this is hopefully going to be a great generator of conversation and content for them. And again, congratulations for putting out that list.
It's so hard. It's so hard, that list is. But